Hey, welcome to Soul Whispers Tarot. I'm Karen. I'm here again with another pick a card reading. And this reading is, will he or she make a move? Will they reach out to you? So we have three set of cards today. Set of cards number 1 is the clear quartz crystal. Set of cards number 2 is the amber. And set of cards number 3 is the cherry quartz crystal. So if you're interested in attracting, in manifesting a really lovely, deep, healthy, romantic relationship, whether it's with a soulmate or a twin flame, then I do have a meditation called I Am Loved, I Receive Love, which will really help you. So in that meditation, we look very deeply into how to align yourself in self-love, how to see yourself through the eyes of your spirit guides, through the eyes of the universe, deep unconditional love. They know that you are worthy of deep true love. And so in the meditation, I really help you to step into that energy of really knowing your own worth, really becoming a vibrational match to attract that into your life. So that is called I Am Loved, I Receive Love meditation. And all the details for that are below this video in the description box. So this tarot deck is the Connolly Tarot, but I'm also going to be using the Mystic Mondays Tarot and also my new oracle card, which is called Our Eternal Love, and it has a lot of channeled messages on that. Okay, so I'll give you a few moments to tune into the energies of the cards. It is fine to be drawn to more than one set of cards, and you can pause the video right now, but I'll also leave a few quiet moments as well. Okay, so let's get into the reading. So welcome to set of cards number 1. You've chosen a clear quartz crystal. So will this person make a move? Will they reach out to you? So this is the Connolly Tarot, but we'll actually be using the Mystic Mondays Tarot for the messages and my new oracle deck, Our Eternal Love. And then we'll be looking into these messages in here as well. So will this person make a move on you? So there's the 10 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the 7 of Wands, the Chariot in reverse, and the 9 of Pentacles. I grew up with bad role models. I have no clue how to love you like you deserve. It felt safer to live in a daydream. I was scared of getting hurt. Never doubt my love for you. I have always loved you and I always will. That's interesting that there was a knock at the door. That could be a sign. So you and I are like a ball of wool. You're one end of the string and I the other, but we're a tangled mess. And you deserve so much more than what I can give you right now. Okay, so this person's definitely struggling to reach out. I feel like they do want to reach out, especially as there was a knock at the door. After I was saying about never doubt my love for you, I've always loved you and I always will. But this person's carrying around a lot of heavy burdens with the 10 of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this person, they are putting work into your connection, or they're putting work into their own healing. They're trying to become ready to be able to communicate with you, or they're just trying to work on their life right now and make some improvements or some healing. But with that Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel this person has very slow movement, or they're not actually taking the right steps in order to reach out or to progress this connection at this time, because there's a Seven of Wands as well, which is a very defensive kind of pose, and the Chariot in reverse is a lack of movement, or anytime they try to make a move, it feels like things don't work out in terms of this connection. And there's a Nine of Pentacles, so I feel like this person is needing this time alone right now to become more independent. There's definitely karma to be healed within this person's life. I feel what the heavy burdens they're carrying around are to do with the bad role models, childhood wounds. I grew up with bad role models. I have no clue how to love you like you deserve. I feel like this person has no clue how to love themselves like they deserve as well. And so they're carrying around a lot of emotional pain, a lot of emotional burdens. And I feel this is what's making this person emotionally unavailable to you. Never doubt my love for you. I have always loved you and I always will. So this is really showing that it's not personal, that this person isn't available at this time. But they very much do wish they could reach out. You know, I just keep thinking about the knock at the door. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's almost as though they're going around in circles. It's like they're trying to move forward, especially with the Chariot being here as well, but they still haven't fundamentally dealt with their emotional wounds, and so there's this fear within their subconscious that's holding them back. It could be that this person reaches out sometimes and then they run away, kind of energy, a back and forth, because they're not ready basically at this time. So I know that's very disappointing to hear. And I feel like you are this really strong soul connection, because we have you and I are like a ball of wool. You're one end of the string and I the other, but we're a tangled mess. So I feel as though this could be a twin flame connection for some of you. It's like you're the same energy, but in this lifetime there's this soul agreement that you're supposed to heal a lot of things before you can come into alignment with each other. But the most important aspect is to come into alignment with your own soul truth, really embodying your own true identity, like the soul that is the infinite aspect of yourself, the part of you that incarnates in all different lifetimes. And so there may be this energy here where you're both needing to become very independent with the Nine of Pentacles. So this is about truly surrendering, not holding on too tightly, you know, not putting your life on hold, continuing to live your life, surrendering, you know, allowing other doors of opportunity to open up for you is what I'm feeling. Because if you stagnate, if you hold on, it's the energy of holding all these 10 of Wands on your back. It becomes a heavy burden, all the anxiety, or always living for the future. And there's no peace of mind in that. It's about being in the present moment. You deserve so much more than what I can give you right now. So yeah, right now, I feel is what you need to focus on. And it's a lot easier said than done. But for many of you, if you're honest with yourself, you know, if you have attachment to this person or this situation, then that is creating a lot of heavy burdens on your back, a lot of anxiety, stress. It could be triggering like rejection or abandonment wounds within you. But this is not personal. Often we subconsciously look outside of ourselves for love and validation and approval because we don't feel worthy enough within ourselves. So this could be an aspect that's been mirroring within this connection. But no one outside of yourself has any authority to determine whether you are worthy enough or not, or whether you are lovable or not, because you are. Everyone is worthy of love. Everyone is lovable and good enough just because they exist, you know. So there may be a key lesson here where one or both of you is meant to learn to not base your self-worth on the other person or anyone else outside of yourself. Stand in your own ground, not letting fears and doubts of believing you're unworthy or unlovable to cause you to get stuck in a negative cycle. I mean, for some of you, there may be potential for this connection to move forward when the time is right in the future, but I wouldn't suggest like placing all your eggs in that one basket. It's about surrender. When you release, when you keep moving forward in your life, when you hand everything over to the divine and trust that your highest good will always come in, then that is going to be such a huge weight off your shoulders. The 10 of Wands, you know, the 10 is about you're almost at this place where you can release the heavy burdens and have a new beginning. Because the Knight of Pentacles in reverse can also mean planting seeds and they're not growing, or they're not growing in the way that you'd hoped or as much as you'd hoped. You may have been trying to stand your ground in terms of there may be all these doubts coming up or red flags, or your intuition is telling you to move on, but a part of you may have been trying to fight that and ignore that and keep moving forward regardless. But the Chariot in reverse is saying there's imbalance here, and so that's causing a rocky path for you, and it's not moving forward in the way that you would hope. So there is this need to be independent, and you know, all that I've said may be the same for them as well. They may have been holding on to you too tightly, but things aren't coming into alignment, perhaps because it's not meant to at this time, or for some of you, maybe you're not right for each other. But let's look into these messages in here. Oh, one's fallen out. Misaligned. Yeah. So that's exactly what I was talking about. Some of you may not be destined to be together. For some of you, this is saying that there's still wounds within yourselves that need to be healed. Self-worth, knowing that you're lovable, you know, needing to be totally in the self-love vibration and trusting the universe and handing everything over to allow your highest good to come in. And when you're in that vibration, then you can come into alignment with your highest good. Basically coming out of the fear vibration, which can cause us to try and control things and kind of get in our own way, and come into the vibration of surrender, and then your highest good will flow in. Whether it's this with this person or with someone else, or within your own independence for a while. Guarded. Yeah, that's what that 7 of Wands is about as well. I forgot to look at this one. It felt safer to live in a daydream. I was scared of getting hurt. So yeah, that's why they were guarded. You know, they were scared of getting hurt because they had bad role models. They experienced being hurt in their childhood. People pushing them away, or maybe there were arguments, or maybe there was just coldness in their upbringing and people didn't talk about their emotions. So it's led this person to put walls up around them to feel protected. They felt safer daydreaming rather than taking action. Karma to settle. So yeah, that's what I was saying as well. It may be karma within your own connection because you're like this tangled ball of wool. And so it's about doing the inner healing work to untangle things energetically. Karma with other people. So this isn't just a case of free will, where one of you decides to make it work and then you take action and then it works out. It's not about that at all. It is about their energies, the misalignment. You know, if neither of you are ready or one of you isn't ready, then you can't force alignment. That's not how the law of attraction works. But I feel for some of you, this is like a karmic connection. The love has been real, you know. Karmic connections doesn't have to mean it's all toxic and negativity. For some of you, though, you're supposed to go your separate ways after you've learned the things you agreed to learn from each other. But for others of you, it can mean that in the future you could end up together after you settled this karma. But like I said, I wouldn't advise to put your life on hold waiting for that. It's more about needing to be in the present moment, and if it happens, then it happens. If it doesn't, then you know you haven't put all your eggs in that one basket. You're still working on your own life and being happy in your independence or happy with other people. You know, if you feel drawn to date other people. Life or death. So there's been a lot of fear within this connection. It has felt like at times a life or death situation, whether you end up together or not. I feel like you've both felt that at times, where there's been so much fear of not being together, a fear because it's made you both feel as though it would be a rejection, or maybe you became codependent and so you believed that your happiness could only be when you're with each other. So a lot of attachment. It may be helpful for you to look at what beliefs you're holding on to in this situation. Are you believing you can only be happy if you're with this person? Are you believing that you can only truly feel the happiest and most fulfilled if you have a relationship with this person as opposed to anyone else? Because whatever we believe is what we focus on. So it can be very damaging if, for example, if we say to ourselves, this is my soulmate, or this is my twin flame, this is the person I was meant to end up with, but it all just went wrong and it didn't work out. And then, you know, every other relationship after this experience is going to feel like it's not as good, or, you know, I was meant to be with a twin flame, but now I'm with someone else. You know, that's really going to taint the other relationship you have with someone else in a really bad light. I feel like we need to be careful, and we need to say to ourselves, whatever happens, whatever comes into my life for a reason. And so, or whoever comes into my life is for a good reason. Instead of feeling like, oh, I met my soulmate or my twin flame and it didn't work out. You know, changing the perspective to be, oh, it didn't work out with this person, but I trust the divine. And if you meet someone else, then, you know, giving your all to this other connection, because, you know, that may be the person that you are destined to be with. The So this is set of cards number 2, and you've chosen the amber. So will this person reach out? Will they make a move on you? So this is the Connolly Tarot, but we're actually going to be using the Mystic Monday for the messages, and my new Oracle deck, Our Eternal Love, which has got a lot of handwritten messages, or channeled messages on, and then we're going to be looking at these messages in here as well. So will this person make a move on you? Will they reach out? We have the Ace of Wands, so that's a really positive start. The Six of Cups, the Magician, the King of Swords, Judgment. So these are really, really positive cards here. And I can't sleep at night because I'm worried about our connection. How do we make it work? I can't get you out of my head. Can we start over, all over again, is what it's meant to say. This is like the first edition of this card. I just got them printed to test them out. And that's a spelling error. So it's meant to say, can we start all over again? No one will ever love me like you do, and no one will ever love you like I do. And finally we have, I became obsessed with you and it scared me. And then we'll look at the other messages in the bag a bit later as well. So this deck, this set of cards is really, really positive in terms of, will they reach out? Will they make a move on you? I feel they definitely will, especially as we start off with the Ace of Wands. This is a passionate new beginning. There's the Magician as well. So the Wands is about goals, aspirations, and taking action on those. It's about manifestation. The Magician is the master manifester. Six of Cups is someone from your past is returning to your life. It's a reconciliation of soulmates. You could have even shared past lives with each other, and you're coming back into harmony in this lifetime. 6 is the number of love. King of Swords is showing that this person has come into balance within themselves, and the King of Swords is all about them expressing their truth, aligning, embodying their authenticity and being authentic with you. It's also about communication. So yeah, reaching out. Judgment. This is all about this person has looked in the mirror. They've been honest with themselves. For some of you, there was a separation, and that caused time and space away from each other for this person to see things more clearly. And perhaps in the past, for some of you, you may have been the one that was trying to make things work, and this person may have been in a place of resistance. But now you've pulled back. Now that you're concentrating on your own life, it's allowing this person to truly feel their desires and really understand what they really want. And I feel this has also contributed a lot to them feeling this desire to really be true to themselves, really look in the mirror and ask. They've had time to ask themselves what really brings them meaning in their life, and it's your connection brings them really, really deep meaning. And they're realizing, or they have realized now, the importance of you and your connection and all that meaning it brings to their life. So the Judgment is all about them listening to this higher calling, because I definitely feel your soulmates. Some of you could be twin flames. Ultimately, don't get attached to labels. It's about the experience. Sometimes if we get attached to labels, it can cause attachment or things like that. So Judgment, hearing the soul calling, rising up, seeing the truth. They've made that final judgment. They've made that final decision. They see things clearly. They see that this connection is like a bridge to the divine. Through you and through the connection, this person is really feeling much more connected to the soul family, to the divine, to the universe, to their spirituality, to God, whatever you want to call it. They feel much more connected, awake, and they're becoming much more aligned with their true self, their soul identity, you know, the part of themselves which stays the same within every incarnation, their true core identity. So I can't sleep at night because I'm worried about our connection. How do we make it work? So yeah, this person has had some sleepless nights. They are anxious. They are trying to figure out the next move forward, how to communicate to you, how to reach out, what to say, especially if there has been some difficulties in the past or something that which created a separation. They're worried about how things are going to work out. They're really, really feeling this deep connection with the divine. What I'm sensing is they have this faith, or they just have this inner knowing that the universe is helping guide you both together at the right time. Your soul family is helping you both on this path of enlightenment and your connection, your relationship. They feel like the divine is protecting your relationship. They feel like there is divine timing, and so they do trust that in their heart. But as you probably know, you know, sometimes we can have these doubts or worries in our mind or overthinking things. So that, you know, that can kind of cause us to want to take control a bit more. So this person, they're trying to trust and surrender, and they do deep down, but they're kind of trying to figure out what's supposed to happen next, or if they're supposed to take action and reach out. But this person has been doing a lot of inner work within themselves. The Magician is all about that self-mastery. They've mastered the wands, the cups, the swords, and the pentacles kind of energies within themselves. And there's the infinity symbol. It's like a hair clip in this deck. So this person has found balance within themselves. You may have been working really hard and found balance within yourself as well. And so that's what's leading to this Six of Cups. Two balanced individuals coming into alignment. Both of you know your worth a lot more than what you used to in this connection. You both know that you deserve love, happiness, the best kind of thing. Whereas there was a lot of doubts in the past to do with that, or not feeling good enough, basically. But you're both in a much more stable place within yourselves, and it's leading to this alignment, to this Six of Cups. Someone from your past returning to your life, the reconciliation of soulmates. It's interesting that there's two cups in the middle here. That reminds me of the Two of Cups card, which is the balanced, happy relationship. And you had chosen this card here, and this is the Three of Cups, which is about that reconciliation. And look, the cherub it's almost like lightning bolts. The wine looks like lightning bolts. So the divine is definitely watching over your connection. So I can't get you out of my head. They're thinking about you a lot. They're having those sleepless nights, like I said. Can we start all over again? So yeah, there is this sense that things were a bit of a mess in the past. Fear was getting the better of one or both of you. So decisions were made based on fear. There may have been a roller coaster in the past. There may have been heartbreak in the past or tower moments, and this person just wants to start all over because now they have this realization, they've had this epiphany about your connection and what it truly means to them. And so they wish they could kind of start over with the knowledge that they have now, because I do feel like they have some regrets about things that have happened in the past. No one will ever love me like you do, and no one will ever love you like I do. So what I'm sensing for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, this person may have had a relationship with someone else. They may have walked away to be with someone else, and they're realizing that no one will ever love them like you do. They're realizing that it's not the same with other people. It may have seemed kind of easier at the time to be with someone else because it was less complicated. There was less like intensity in the other connection, or less karma, and so it may have seemed easier to be with the other person, but then they realized that their emotions weren't as strong, and the other person could never love them like you love them, kind of thing. So for some of you that could have been the case. I became obsessed with you and it scared me. So yeah, this person felt intense attachment, intense emotions, a complete roller coaster. So yeah, it may have seemed safer for them to get with someone else where things weren't as intense. And there was, if that happened, then there was definitely karma for them to learn with that other person. Like they learned important lessons, or they learned to develop some aspect of their personality with that other person. Maybe learning to follow their heart rather than choosing fear as well, for some of them as well. But yeah, they do get scared sometimes because they can't get you out of their head. They feel obsessed and it makes them feel all over the place. It can create like this feeling of a life or death situation. Like if they're worried that you're going to reject them or abandon them, then they fear that they can never get over that. And so their fears, I feel, is what was kind of controlling them a lot more in the past. But they've healed that for the most part now. They understand a lot of things. They may have had to experience losing you. And so in a sense that made them face their biggest fears. And now they've already faced it. That fear isn't as strong anymore. It makes them feel as though they may as well just go for it. They may as well put their all into this connection and follow their heart rather than following their fear. So let's look into these messages here. Will this person make a move? Will they reach out? What's going on? Hiding my feelings. Okay. So I feel this has been an ongoing thing within your connection, them hiding their feelings because they felt like they were so attached to you. They felt like you had a lot of power over them, and that scared them. Like they felt that their heart was in the palm of your hand and you could crush their heart. You could really break their heart. So interesting. Hiding their feelings. Scared. Yeah. They're scared of everything I just said. They're scared of abandonment, basically. They're scared that you're not going to love them, or you don't love them as much as they love you. They're scared that you're going to have so much power over them. If they allow themselves to be vulnerable. So, for some of you, this person, I do feel that they are going to reach out, but they may still be very guarded still. They may test the waters. They may get in contact and kind of be indirect. Like they may contact you about something totally different, or they may be kind of joking or not serious, but really it's like deep down they're testing the waters to see how you feel about them. They're trying to get their foot in the door without making it too obvious for some of them. Or some, they're just realizing that they were so scared of revealing their emotions that that's what caused a separation, because you couldn't wait around for this person forever, and they're realizing that now, and they want to start all over again. They want to express their truth. They want to be more open because they're heartbroken about that separation, and they've realized how they contributed to that separation or things not working out. And, I'm not trying to imply it was just them, but, in this reading, we're just looking at their energy. So yeah, this person's really heartbroken about what's happened and about not being with you. They're definitely wanting that reconciliation. Overthinking. So yeah, obsessive thoughts, overthinking. I feel like this person was overthinking in terms of worrying about if they got too close to you, would you truly love them, or would they mess up? Would they disappoint you? Are they good enough or not? Or, they could be obsessing and overthinking, like, how do I reach out? What do I say? How do I confess my feelings without appearing to be weak, because they're afraid that you could have so much power over them? One final message. Panic. Wow, okay. So we've got scared, overthinking, panicking, heartbroken, hiding their feelings. Yeah, and that's right. Panic is over. I became obsessed with you and it scared me. So yeah, they panicked that you had such a hold on them. And so they may have been like that King of Swords and with a poker face, appearing to be cold and emotionless and really, really hiding their feelings. But it's like deep down, they've always wanted to be with you. They've always known that you're their soulmate. They've known that you're mirrors of each other. But I do feel you will be hearing from this person. Like I said, it may be indirect. For many of you, this person is still in a place of fear and panicking. They may panic that you're going to reject them if they reach out after what's happened. And so, again, they may be indirect about it. And, it's not quite going to be how you want them to reach out and, totally spill their truth to you. It's going to happen more slowly than that. But nonetheless, you're very much on this person's mind. They're thinking about you all the time, and you are going to be hearing from them. So please check out my other videos. I have tons on here about how does this person truly feel about you? What do they want to happen? What is going to happen between you? So please look at my playlists. And remember to check out my meditation, I Am Loved, I Receive Love. That is a meditation that allows you to really connect with your self-love on such a deep level that you see yourself through your soul family's eyes. They always know your worth. They always know that you're lovable and that you deserve great love. And that meditation is all about getting into the right vibration to attract really great, divine, healthy love, relationship, connection, really grounding that, manifesting that into your life. And so that's called I Am Loved, I Receive Love, and the details for that are below this video in the description box. So thank you so much, and I'll move on to the final set of cards. So welcome to set of cards number 3. You've chosen the cherry quartz crystal. So will this person make a move? Will they reach out to you? So this top card is the Connolly Tarot, but we're actually going to be using the Mystic Monday Tarot for the messages, and my own Oracle deck, Our Eternal Love, which has a lot of channeled messages on it. And then we're going to be looking into these messages here as well. So will this person make a move? Whether they are male or female. So 8 of Wands, that's a great start. The Tower, the 6 of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, that's really good as well, and Justice. So yeah, this is looking positive. I just want to be with you, period. I've been hinting to you about my feelings because I'm afraid I'll be rejected. So someone's been hinting, or they're going to start hinting to you about how they feel. I'm so afraid of rejection that I haven't taken a risk to be with you. Rejection, fears. And rejection again, past life karma is causing a deep rejection fear I'm not even consciously aware of. And the final card says, what do you think of me right now? And then we'll look at the messages in the bag after we've looked at these cards. So will this person reach out? I feel like they will. There is the Eight of Wands. This is all about communication, rapid like movement forward. And there's the Ace of Pentacles as well. This person reaching out, giving you an offer. So yeah, this person has had intense fears of rejection. That's what that Tower card is about as well. Like they've always wanted to rush in, communicate their truth, ground things, manifest this new beginning. Eight of Wands. So 8 is the infinity symbol. It's about balance, just like the scales in this Justice card. They've wanted a balanced, happy relationship. Oh yeah, and look. You chose this card, which is the Two of Cups, that infinity symbol, like the number 8. The happy, balanced relationship. And look, there's the doorway here. They want to move your connection through the doorway, through this new beginning. But it's almost like they've been hanging out by this doorway. They've been hanging out, maybe spying on you on social media. They've been deliberating. They've been really wanting to take this leap of faith, take a step in reaching out, create a deeper commitment, a deeper communication with you. I feel like this person's been standing at that doorway for quite a long time, wanting to take that leap of faith and just do it, just take action, just communicate their feelings to you. But they've been so worried that if they do that, then they're immediately gonna take that leap of faith into a Tower moment. They're afraid that if they took action, then something bad would happen and cause you to separate, cause you to abandon them or reject them. Rejection has come up 3 times in these cards. So this person's been suffering with self-esteem issues. I feel like they have intense fears that they're going to screw things up, or that you're not truly like in love with the real them or something. Some of them, like their fears of rejection have been so intense that maybe they were wearing a mask or just keeping you at arm's length because they thought that you might be disappointed by the real them. And so they've held back. But a Tower is a blessing in disguise. For some of you, this Tower moment has already happened, because it's like it was extremely frustrating for you. You could feel that they were at that doorway. They were, at the edge of that cliff, like in the Fool card, where he's about to take a leap of faith. But it's like this person kept overthinking things and then taking a step back. They weren't like taking that leap off the cliff. They kept getting to the edge and then like turning around again and then waiting by the edge of that cliff. And it's almost like this person, they were worried about losing what you already had, even though they wanted so much more, and they still want so much more. At the same time, they're worried about losing what you already have. Like there may be some kind of dynamic where you're kind of in communication, or you have a situationship, as I like to say, rather than a full-on commitment. There's some kind of hiding behind walls, or hiding in a comfort zone, but still kind of having some kind of dynamic or communication. Maybe a lot of talk of the future, or a lot of daydreaming and thinking of the future, but then a fear of actually making it real, like on all levels, like in the present moment. And some of you may have got extremely frustrated with that, because you could feel that they were on the edge of that cliff and they just needed to take a leap of faith, but they just weren't doing it. And you felt hurt by that, maybe over and over again, and you felt like you were on the edge of your seat, Yeah, there was this massive build up. You could feel that they were building themselves up to do something perhaps, and then it was always like kind of dying down again. And then there was this build up, and then it was dying down again, rather than them actually fully taking a leap of faith. And it could be a mirrored thing. Whether you realize it or not, it could have been a mirrored thing. Like maybe you were inside a comfort zone as well without fully realizing it, and the energies were just kind of mirroring each other like that infinity symbol. So fears of rejection on both sides perhaps. So that Tower moment could have already happened for some of you. You had to go your separate ways, but a Tower is a blessing in disguise, because if there was an unhealthy dynamic going on, it's almost like you'd both put so much energy and you'd built up this situationship in this kind of unhealthy way, and maybe both of you were kind of afraid of losing each other completely, so you're both kind of just settling for the situationship. Maybe you were, you know, being a bit overly considerate and understanding, and that was kind of enabling this other person to stay in their comfort zone, or maybe you were just enabling each other in certain ways. And so the universe had to step in and break down that, how you both, you know, built up that unhealthy dynamic, because that was actually blocking you from having a deeper connection. So yeah, the blessing in disguise, breaking down the illusion so you could actually be honest and real with yourselves, learn a lot of things, you know, have epiphanies, realizations about what wasn't working in the past, so that you can both do things differently in a place of more authenticity, stepping out of the fear. You know, perhaps both of you had a major fear of rejection, and so you're holding on to the comfort zones and the situationship where you could both remain in those comfort zones but still have each other in some kind of way as well. You both feared rejection and abandonment, so then a Tower moment had to happen to cause you to feel really rejected, basically, your biggest fear coming true. But that was to force you both to face that fear that you were both trying to avoid if you were in the comfort zone. So you may have felt really rejected by them, and then you walked away, and then that made them feel rejected. But what happened is it forced you both to really go through and, like I said, experience that wound, that fear that you were both desperately trying to avoid, through the situationship, through the unhealthy dynamic. And that was a block. It was causing you not to be able to move forward. So there's a Six of Wands here. This is a healing of that situationship. This person wants to, and I feel it's happening, this person wants to start over, or they want to get back on track with you, with everything that you've both learned. You know, they want to do things differently, want to be more authentic. This is a card of coming out of the choppy waters into the calmer waters, coming out of difficulty and adversity into much more harmony with each other. So this person has a lot of regret about what happened in the past, but they still want to move your connection forward. 6 is the number of love. It's a balanced number as well, just like the scales of justice. So that it may have felt like there was injustice in the past, and they want to create justice now by coming forward with this Ace of Pentacles. This is an offer. You may have been offering them a lot, but I do feel many of you were still in your comfort zone as well without fully realizing it. But yeah, now it's this person's turn, to reach out and do things that they promised but they weren't delivering on in the past. Actually deliver something. Pentacles is a tangible offer. Really doing something, not like just saying something, actually taking that action, doing what they said they were going to do. to create justice, because it felt like an injustice in the past when it was all just talk, all just like maybe communication, but then it not actually grounding, all talk, no action kind of thing. So this person wants to create justice in their connection by actually communicating their truth and actually following through on some of the promises that they promised. And I say some of the promises because obviously I feel like they promised a lot to you, and it's a work in progress, slow steps forward. Ace of Pentacles, a brand new beginning. And I just want to be with you, period. They really want to be with you. They're realizing, how their procrastination was causing a lot of overthinking and fears and creating blocks and tower moments. So they just want to be with you. I've been hinting to you about my feelings because I'm afraid of rejection. So yeah, they were hinting all the time, but they needed to actually be clear. They needed to actually reach out and take action and really be upfront about their feelings. But this person, when they initially reach out to you and make a move, they may, again, kind of hint to you to test the waters. Are you going to be receptive to them communicating, or are you going to reject them and shut them down, cut them off kind of thing? So I feel it is likely that they will start off this communication through hinting, kind of still being indirect. I'm so afraid of rejection that I haven't taken a risk to be with you. So, this was never about them not having these deep feelings for you. This person's always had deep feelings for you, but the trouble is they've based their sense of self-worth on your opinion of them and whether you love them or reject them. So this person has been needing to work on their own self-esteem and realizing that your reactions to them does not determine their worth at all, or is not an indicator of their worth in any way. They need to have that self-worth. They need to be strong within themselves when it comes to that. Past life karma is causing a deep rejection fear I'm not even consciously aware of. So this person, they have experienced a lot of rejection in their past lives. Could be with other people, maybe even within your own connection. And it's this subconscious fear. That's why it's so intense. It's like wounds that have bled through from past lives. What do you think of me right now? So yeah, this person worries a lot about what you think about them. And this has really what's been holding them back and stalling them from, taking that leap of faith. So let's look into these messages. Broken heart. Yeah, so if there was a tower moment, they have this broken heart because they just want to be with you, period. They have a broken heart because they feel like they let you down. They felt like in the past they didn't know how to overcome their fears. They didn't know how to know their self-worth. They feel like they created a broken heart within you, and that breaks their heart as well. They're afraid of having a broken heart. So that's why it's felt safer in the situationship. Life or death. Sexual fantasies. So yeah, it's felt like a life or death situation. They're like, I want to take that leap of faith. But then it might turn into the tower. Things might fall apart. If I try and make things real, then is it all just going to crumble and I'm going to completely lose you? So it really has felt like a life or death situation. This person has a lot of codependency upon you, a lot of attachment, and they need to heal that. they have a lot of fantasies and a lot of desires about you. Because, you know, they just want to be with you. They want things to be tangible. They want this real relationship in the 3D. They want a physical relationship with you as well. Feel safer in situationship. So that's exactly what I was talking about. I had a feeling that might come out. They felt safer in the situationship because they felt, well, at least I have you in some kind of way. I have you in a safe way where I don't have to be vulnerable and you could reject me and then, you know, everything falls apart. They felt as long as they kept a distance from you, you could still be a little bit unsure of them. Whereas they felt that if you were together, then you could see the real them and you may make this final decision that, actually, this isn't what I was looking for. Maybe if this has been going on for a long time, they may have felt as though you had all these expectations, and then they're worried that if you got together, then none of your expectations would really be met or something, and you'd realize you'd created some kind of illusion around them, or an illusion or fantasy about who they are, and the real them did not match up to that. So one final message. Hinting, oh my God. So I've been hinting to you about my feelings because I'm afraid I'll be rejected, and then there's hinting again. So and this is over, what do you think of me right now? So I feel like this person is going to initially start hinting to you again about their feelings, or they're going to show you their feelings in some kind of way, or show you that they're still thinking about you in some kind of way. But I feel like they're still in this place of fear. They're still going to take action very slowly. They still have major fears about your opinion of them, which is unfortunate. So I definitely feel like this connection isn't over. I feel like you will be hearing from them, but, you know, it may not be as directly as you might like initially. So please check out my other readings. I have loads on here about how does this person really feel about you? What do they want to happen between you? What is going to happen? And all readings like that. So please look at my playlists, and please check out the meditation, I Am Loved, I Receive Love. That can really and powerfully get you into the right vibration of self-love, of seeing yourself through the eyes of your soul family, where they always know that you're lovable, they always know that you deserve the best, that you deserve a great, happy, healthy relationship. So I can really get you into that alignment of you knowing your self-worth, so that you become a vibrational match to attract that loving relationship into your life. You know, whether it's with this person or, you know, it could be with someone else in the future. But, you know, it will get you into the right vibration to attract whomever is for your highest good. So please check that out. The details are below this video in the description box. And thank you so much. Take care. Bye.